Here's a really cute, rare Tombstone radio, but it's not your average Tombstone radio, which an average one would be much bigger, probably about here, and maybe just a little wider, like that. Okay? Now let me show this first, and I'll start explaining what it is. As you can see, there's a tag here that says Premier, and this is cool. This dial. Let's see if I could get the there you go. Now it's focused in. So it has kilocycles, and it looks like a Saturn, which is really cool. You don't see too many of the Saturns out there. And here's the on and off knob. Okay. And it's in excellent condition. I mean, the on and off knob. And then here's the cycle knob of turning the dial, but it doesn't quite work all the way. As you can see, I'm turning it, and as I'm turning it to the right, say, it doesn't, so it's disconnected there somehow, not 100% in the back. I haven't taken this apart at all. I believe this is the original cloth. I mean, it looks fairly new, but when I looked in the back, it actually looks really like it's the original one. So let me go around here. And as you can see, it's pretty small for a Tombstone radio. Okay. Now here's a cord that's been replaced quite a few years ago, and it's from Tandy, so it's Radio Shack. Has Tandy on here, right there. So, but it's quite a few years ago this was replaced. So I think this is was a working radio. Let me just turn it around here real quick. Okay, so this is the back, and usually on these Tombstone radios, and even the cathedrals, you know, that look like a cathedral, they're usually open up like this, of course, because of the heat that comes out of these tubes. This particular one now doesn't have a tag, which I don't understand. Maybe it was removed eventually or fell off. But it would be here, like either screwed or pot rivet on here. But let me show you the inside real quick. So as you can see, there's part of the speaker cloth, and it does look like it's an original. You know, it doesn't look like it was messed with too much. Maybe it was, I don't know. It's possible. But it looks in really good shape. I guess this is a piece of duct tape, so I don't know what that was for. Maybe somebody had a wire there, or I guess maybe the antenna wire. This, I think, could be the antenna wire right here. It might not. It might be disconnected from somewhere. I haven't plugged it in, so I would love to plug it in to see if it lights up and works. But like I said, even though this cord was replaced, it's not the original cord. It possibly was working. So here's the tag. That's what's on here. And as you can see, it says manufactured by Air King Products and Company. Okay, Brooklyn, New York. I can't really see the model number. There is a serial number, but not a model number. The serial number is 26. Looks like 2629, it looks like. But the serial number is not readable, so I guess through the years it just disintegrated. Now above that is Radio Corporation of America and Hazelton Corporation. License only for radio, amateur, experimental, and broadcast reception. So I guess that tag should be original, I would think, but usually it has a tag right here too, like a metal plate tag that had the model number and etc. But it's a shame that that's not there. Speaker is in excellent condition. As you can see, doesn't look like there are any rips or tears from what I could see visually. The tubes look good, but on the other hand, until I plug it in, I want to know if they're working or not. Let me just bring you here so you can see what kind of tubes. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tube radio. Got one in the back there, and then 4 in the front. I don't know what that is right there. I'm not an expert in these radios, so I have no idea what the hell I'm looking at. So, but as you can see, even the wires in the back look pretty decent. They don't look like they're like deteriorated from some of these old radios, which some of the cloth, excuse me, some of the cloth on top of the wires are usually just corroded out and not there anymore, and then you could just see the bare wires. So it looks like this radio was either maybe redone years ago or it's the original. I don't know. I don't know how you could tell. So, but it's a cute little radio, and as you can see my hand, there's my hand, and you could see how big the radio would be. So you have 5, 10. It must be about 15 inches high by about what? There's 5, 10, maybe 12 inches wide, and then the top, as you can see, the top, we got another 5, 6, 7 inches wide in the top. So it's a very small Tombstone radio, and it's in pretty decent shape. Like I said, I don't know if it's 1930s, probably is around 1938, 39. I don't know, but I'm just guessing. Okay. Now it did have a repair. Well, let me show you the front one more time. It's in nice shape. Now it did have a repair done right here in the back, as you can see. It looks like, I don't know, maybe a piece of chunk of wood came off, but it kind of was a shitty repair, you know, because you can see how nice and smooth these lines are. But this is like a putty, and it's still not dry. Like you can see I'm pushing it, so it probably never dries. But what I would do is try to cut that out a little bit with a razor, you know, scrape some of it, not cut it. And just kind of smooth it a little bit better to make it look a little bit more so like this side. So it gives a better appearance. And then as you can see, yeah, you can see there was a big chunk, like a big chunk of wood. Say it's like, kind of looks like plumber's putty or something, that it never dries. So I'll clean it up a little bit to make it a little bit better on this corner. I think this is a really, really rare radio, because this Air King models, if it is an Air King, they have some that are the good size cathedral, or not cathedrals, tombstones, and they're made out of Bakelite. And the Bakelite ones that are real big, that have like a nice, what do you call it, like a castle top, or I don't know what you call it, they're worth like $7,000 to $10,000, you know. So this radio, if it is rare, which I believe it is, again, it might be worth a pretty penny, you know. Not $7,000 to $10,000, I'm sure, but let me get down here a little bit, and I'll just show you the dial closer. Focus it in. There you go. So it looks good. Everything looks right, you know. And even the speaker grill looks right, from the era that it was in, maybe 1930s or so. Could be 40s, I don't know. I highly doubt it's 50s. So if anybody else knows out there what particular model this radio is, etc., and any information on it, because I can't find really anything online. There are quite a few Air King radios online, like a handful, but not this particular style. There's one that cuts down right here for a tabletop, so you know it's only this high, has a couple knobs and a dial. That's about it, and it kind of similar looks to this. The similarity, it has the mahogany, I guess it's mahogany laminate, but this is really neat, and it's a unique Tombstone because it's not that big. I think it's cool looking, and I'll plug it in one day. Maybe I'll get to see if it works and lights up. I'm not going to do it now, and I'm afraid I'll blow a fuse or blow one of those tubes or something, but I'll give it a shot. All right, hope you enjoyed this radio. I thought that was a really neat one, and I'll show a couple more old radios I have, and go from there. Okay, be safe, have a good day. Subscribe if you like, I appreciate it, because I have quite a few videos that I just do random stuff, and a lot of firearm videos that I've collected, and I'm getting rid of some of my collections on different things, and I'm downsizing because I'm getting older. I don't need all this stuff, but my wife's making me do it too. So, but there you go. It's interesting, and it's interesting to keep this alive online as videos for references for the future, that somebody could look at it, and if they find one or come across one somewhere, then they have some information on it and what it looks like, and or what it did look like eventually, as an original or whatever. All right, take care.